You see something here. Let this catch up real quick. Give you guys a couple of minutes to get on in here. Do. Let's see. Here we go. Get set up over in here. All right. Wait for the guys to get in here. There we go. All right. Now that I got the fucking doxing shit out the motherfucking way, we can get back to business. Business as usual over here. So, if you guys been living under a rock, then you might have already heard about Tyre Nichols and what happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I've been quiet on the subject because you don't want to jump to conclusions until you see the whole scenario play out, okay? Now, apparently, apparently, Tyre was pulled over for reckless driving. This is what we know, right? Now, it could be the case of mistaken identity. There are a lot of people saying that, wrong car. Cop made a mistake and went after the car that looked like the other car. There's so much going on with this. But if it was just reckless driving, Tyre pulled over or whatever, and then you guys yanked him out the car. He didn't look like he was drunk. He was blatantly saying he didn't do anything wrong. What's going on? His cognitive function led me to believe that I don't think he was under any influence or anything. That's the first demeanor. I've been pulled over once. Mustang looked just like mine. Shot past a cop. Cop made a U-turn. Just so happened when he made a U-turn, I also shot past a cop. Cop pulled me over. Said I was doing 90 in a 60. Thank you, Sham. You guys go check out Sham's video. He did a very good live stream insight about the thing. He lives in Memphis, so he can tell you a lot about Shelby County. But so it could be a mistaken identity. Now, when they pulled this man over, they yanked him out the car. They threw him on the ground. They tased him. They tried to pepper spray him. He got up, got away. Cops chased him. And the one the cops got back was breathing hard, out of breath. I could tell he was pissed off. He's out of breath, winded. Stop eating donuts. You can be eating a lot of prison food now, you dumb fuck. But then, when they finally intercepted this man, they beat this man down like Rodney King in LA. I'm going back to old school. They beat this man's ass, okay? And they hit him with a baton. They were kicking him on the ground. They stood the dude up. Big ass cop, well known across the face 2 or 3 motherfucking times. Then on top of that, they get him down, they sit him up, and the man just so delirious, he's fucking just sitting on the ground, swelling on the brain. Like they physically beat this man. They would say, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. And this has been going on for a very long time in Shelby County. Hence the birth of the first 48. Okay. And I'm not saying that all cops do this. It's just this type of rhetoric it's been going on. I live in Metro Atlanta. You guys know that for sure now. So I'm going to use that. You guys know for sure, right? And this is a majority of black state, black city, right? So there are a lot of black on black issues with cops. Exactly, Sham. The only reason, in my opinion, why this came to light with Tyre Nichols was because the neighborhood that they pulled them over in, they found him in, all those cameras there, caught from different angles. See, you can easily manipulate a body cam. But when you actually have eyes elsewhere, like in my neighborhood, every house has a camera on it. I got 4 at my house. Every house have cameras. Front yard, backyard. There's cameras on the poles. Everybody has cameras. right? Like legit over here. This neighbor watching neighbors, like legit, right? So the cops got out. I guess they didn't think it was gonna be a camera up that high in the air looking down. If that camera wouldn't have been there, this shit would have made it the way that it wouldn't have got this much attention. Okay. The EMTs was there, the fire trucks, and all the people that pulled up didn't render fucking aid. One cop, who I just seen, they showed down here in Atlanta, one cop even stated that he hoped they stump him the fuck out. White cop. White cop. Now, Black Lives Matter. And Reborn kind of touched on this on his video, but see, I'm going to do it a different way. Where you at, Black Lives Matter? How can you condone this? It happens quite often down here in Atlanta. Black cops whooping black civilians' asses like Hebrew slaves. Why are y'all not marching to this? We black folks, it seems that, I don't get behind, facades like that. I never did. Because all lives matter. All lives. Black, white, Asian, Caucasian, the handicapped, the disabled, all lives matter. You can't just say Black Lives Matter when it's a white on black crime, when it's a Mexican on black crime, when it's Asian on black crime. Exactly, Sham. Black Lives Matter should be marching every time there's a black person getting killed for no damn reason, despite the color of the race. That should be the overall logic of Black Lives Matter. Just like Blue Lives Matter. Blue Lives Matter should only come out when there's a cop involved shooting. Blue Lives Matter should be coming out when a cop is doing something wrong at all times. See, this go both ways. Y'all can't have double standards. Blue Lives Matter shouldn't be only coming out when a white cop get killed. Blue Lives Matter should be coming out when black cops get killed, when they get their ass stumped out and all that shit. But they also should come out and protest this rhetoric that just happened in Memphis as well, with these black cops brutally beating the shit out of a civilian. I didn't see no Blue Lives Matter linked up in solidarity saying we don't condone this, hang them, execute them. No, y'all quiet. Didn't see one Black Lives Matter rally going around talking about no justice, no peace. Lock them up. We don't care if it's black on black. Lock them up. They wrong. Nope. Since it wasn't no white on black crime, it don't fucking matter. And don't even get me started about Ben Crump. He always goes where the main shit's at. What about these kids getting killed down here in Atlanta? Ben. Black kids getting shot the fuck up down here. Huh? Oh, they did Tyre real dirty. And then Big Ben Crump act like he gives a fuck. No, he just want that money. He know Tyre Nichols family finna get a big ass lawsuit from the city of Memphis, from Shelby County. They finna get paid. He wants some of that money for representing. He don't give two fucks about the Nichols family. He don't. But you got kids down here getting shot the fuck up. Black on black teen crime all the time. They just had some black cops in Clayton County kill a dude. They want the body cam footage out. Black dude got killed. Where you at, Ben? Where you at? Nowhere. Nowhere to be found. Because it ain't made national fucking news. It ain't big enough for you. But you care. You don't give two fucks. I'm glad that a lot of this came out to the light. I'm glad that this made the news that it did, because it shows a different picture. And it paints a different picture. All cops ain't bad, but this looked like a personal vendetta. This looked like these cops had a personal vendetta against this dude. This is what this looked like. For a reckless driving charge or whatever they try to hit him with. They pulled him over for reckless fucking driving. And then did him like that. The man was scared. Y'all could have easily subdued that fucking man. Y'all could have held that man down till he tired the fuck out. Each one of y'all could have took a body part, held him down. You had to choke him out. He would have tired out eventually. Then you could have tied him up, took him to the jail, and shit could have worked out. Nope. Y'all black. Y'all got embarrassed. So y'all wanted to stump him out, beat him up. Now, all y'all been charged with second-degree murder. And it wasn't worth it. But his sacrifice showed America that black cops do some shady shit as well. It ain't just white cops. That's why I heard too, Shem, it was personal. This makes no sense at all in America. And I have law enforcement in my family that actually work for law enforcement. I truly do. So I always wonder how do they feel when they had to make traffic stops and they know now that black cops got this whole different picture painted of them. You know what I'm saying? The sheriff down here, Victor Hill, he's locked up now, but when he was a sheriff down here in Clayton County, he was doing some shady shit in the jailhouse with the inmates down here, putting them in a goddamn restraining chair, and it was horrible. And especially in Fulton County, but that's a whole nother topic for another goddamn day. But my overall opinion about this, it put Shelby County on the map now. If any of you guys watched the first 48, that's where it originated from. Memphis, Tennessee. The black chick with the gap between her teeth and her white partner, the bald head, I can't think of their name right now. But that's where it originated from. A lot of homicides and murder in Memphis, Tennessee wasn't all just gang related. Some of that shit was ex-cops, cops. I'm telling you. Memphis County, the Shelby County, Tennessee is where it get down and dirty at. And if you've never been to Shelby County, certain times of the day, you don't want to get caught around that motherfucker. Exactly, Sham. That's why I say relink your stream. It's at the top. Relink it so they can go click on you. He gave some real good insights. He actually lived in Memphis. No, I don't. He lives over there near Fayetteville. I'm over here, not that far from where Shaquille O'Neal lives at. Matter of fact, I live about 3 miles from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm over here in the Hampton area. But other than that, man, like I say, my whole thought on this, that a lot more of this is going to come to the light, especially in black cities where the black police presence is very dominant, especially like right here in Metro Atlanta. All these southern states like Birmingham and stuff, gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna come to the light. And I believe Tyre Nichols, his death is gonna open up a whole new chapter of things. Okay. Well, I see you got the link at the top of the stream. But what I'm gonna do when I end the live stream, I'll go to your video, your stream, and I will link it in the comment section down in the description. So if people want to go check yours out. So now let me talk about Leo and longevity for the subs that I acquired from that. Now, if you guys been on YouTube for any length of time, a lot of you guys probably came across Leo and Longevity's YouTube channel. He was a YouTuber that specialized in talking about penis enlargements and other things, right? He was into psychedelic drugs and all types of stuff, right? He had a little bit of a bad past. We all do. It's nothing new. And recently over in Thailand, he died. I'm getting to that too. I'm getting that right now. Now, we all done made speculations, even myself. And it's been a week going on. Tomorrow makes a week. Well, it's already Monday, damn near in Thailand. So it's a week pretty much. And Nobody knows anything yet. Now, John Bravo stated in his video that the preliminary autopsy was complete and that they haven't ruled out foul play just yet. Now, apparently John has been talking to journalists over there. At least that's what some of you guys have been seeing in my live feed. If that's indeed true, that he's getting some good inside source. But we haven't heard anything. Nick Chigili normally is all over shit. He ain't said nothing yet. And Tony Hughes is just uploading all types of shit. Matter of fact, he just uploaded a video about exactly, about Conor Murphy, man gaining and failed me, pretty much roasting Greg Doucette, which I'll be roasting Greg sometime this week with the Jeff Nipper shit. Yeah, I'm gonna give him his motherfucking ass. But long story short, the more I look at Leo and longevity and the way that this man was found in his bathroom, it really brings in a lot of questions to who done it, if anybody did anything. Was it indeed suicide? Did he spaz out on anything? You know, what would cause a man to beat himself up that bad to then rip a toilet out the ground looking for stuff? I know they were fingerprinting the toilet. That's why that black shit was on the damn toilet. But rip the toilet out of the ground, tools and wet rags, pull the doorknob off the door and all this. Now, I want you guys to listen to something. Tony Hughes said in his first video, and remember, you guys, I'm the main one been telling Tony to hush up. Don't talk too much because you can incriminate yourself. And the more I listen, the more I caught something. I want you guys to listen to what I'm about to say. Tony claimed that when he went to go check on Leo, that the side door was unlocked. He seen how dirty the room was, but that's how he got inside of there. When he went to go open the bathroom, he noticed that the bathroom door, listen to what I'm about to tell you now, was crack open. Okay? It was open. All right? And then when he tried to push open, he couldn't push open because Leo was behind it. He was dead. Not too long ago, I want to say it was just the last video he did, he said that the bathroom door was locked. Now, what's up, Reborn? Now, if the bathroom door was locked, how the fuck did you get it open? Especially if the doorknob was ripped off on the other side. Now, if you guys think I'm joking, go back and listen to all the videos. So, was the bathroom door locked and y'all had to break the doorknob off to get in there? Or was the bathroom door already open and you just misspoke that it was locked? Or did you mean that the room door was locked, which is why you went through the side door? So which one is it? All right, Reborn. Which one was it? I want to know. Exactly. Exactly. Now, if you guys think I'm joking, go watch all three of those videos. He clearly stated that the bathroom door was open. He couldn't get in there because Leo's bike was behind him. Exactly. Yes, the doorknob is missing. The doorknob on the side where Leo was found was ripped off. Like it was pulled off. So how can you lock the bathroom door if the doorknob's pulled off? I'm not making this shit up. I promise you I'm not making this shit up. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find it right here. Certain content, Reborn, that's how. Let me see if I can find it right here. Let me see. See if I can find it. It's a lot. If you guys think I'm lying, go on Tony's channel. And maybe Tony just misspoke. I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. I'm gonna play the first one. And then I'm gonna go to the second one and see can I find it and when he was answering all the questions.
Yes, it is true that Leo
Let me see.
had inside and walked in and then opened his bathroom door, and the bathroom door wouldn't open because his body was blocking the door.
See,
His bedroom door was locked, but the slider door was open on the side, and walked in and then opened his bathroom door, and the bathroom door wouldn't open because his body was blocking the door. So I made multiple of these videos before the
editors. Now, that's the first time he say he opened the bathroom door, but he couldn't get open. He didn't mention the bathroom door was locked. Now, I think it was in the part 2 video. Let me see. It's so long.
No. There's not. It's not possible again that there was anybody else involved. He may have gotten pissed about whatever went.
Let me see.
Tony, I can absolutely.
Let me see.
The small evidence that he put out makes no mistake.
I'm trying to find it, guys.
This should be used as evidence. He makes any claims that have not been established.
I'm gonna get to that in a second, default Brown.
I'm telling facts, and I'm saying maybe this, maybe that, this inference, that inference, because I don't know. It's like I'm trying to put the pieces. This is his pattern.
Let me see.
And see is there anything that contradicts it. Actually, the problem.
It's so much. I'm gonna find it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through and find it because I don't want to hold live stream. But he stated in one of these streams, responding to the comments, I want to say it was a part 2 stream because it's like 2 hours long, damn near, that the bathroom door was locked. It was locked. I think it's the part 2 stream that it was locked. So how did y'all get in there? And the doorknob is behind. It's ripped off. So how? Now I'm gonna say it again. I don't think Tony did anything, but somebody got to know something. Well, you know, if you OD on something, that could cause the phone to come out your mouth. If you OD on something, that could cause that. That can cause that. But I heard that in his statement. I'm gonna find it and timestamp it. I'm gonna re-upload the clicks. I understand what Tony's doing. Tony is pretty much trying to keep his name clear. You know, yeah, it's very bizarre. He's trying to keep his name clear. I get it. You're defending yourself, but you can say so much and then you can get a story crossed over. Exactly. And I'm like I say, so Tony stated. Now this is 2 different things. Vince Goodrum said that he talked to Leo on longevity. And a couple of other YouTubers said the same thing, that Leo was happy about getting ready to move, I think back to America or something like that. Tony stated that Leo was happy about staying in Thailand or something else and staying over there with him. So which one is it? Is Vince Goodrum lying now? Like, somebody's lying. And that's why I'm saying, like, there's multiple. He claimed that Leo was going to stay there. But Vince is telling us that Leo talked to him and he was getting ready to move. Yeah, they were just checking the toilet for Prince because the toilet was moved. So I'm not going to rule it out, guys. There is a good chance that Leo might have went on a goddamn psychedelic fucking binge. It is indeed possible. It's very, very possible. A lot of people is talking about the bruising, how your legs bruise like that. And like I stated in my last video, as blood circulates, a lot of time bruising isn't evident because the body's healing. And sometimes the bruising is beneath the first layer of the skin. It's a deep body bruise sometimes. Exactly, Sham. So as long as you have constant circulation of oxygen, nutrients getting to that deep bruise, right? Deep muscle tissue bruise, you might not see it. Could be true. You might not see that bruising until after you die. Now, when you die, and since blood is no longer circulating, the blood sinks. And what happens is bruising then began to show long after. I don't think Tony did anything, but if I'm a cop, I'm damn sure looking at him because he's talking too much. And some of his stories are overlapping with things that ain't making sense. So that's why I've been telling Tony to shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing till the official report come out. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Go on like life, like he been doing the last couple days. Don't say nothing because you're saying certain things that I'm gonna go back and find it. I promise you I am. You guys may find it before I do. But y'all heard he say he opened the bathroom door. And then the next stream, he said the bathroom door was locked. So, I don't think Tony did anything, but if I'm a cop, I'm damn sure looking at him because he's talking too much. And some of his stories are overlapping with things that ain't making sense. So that's why I've been telling Tony to shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. Go on like life, like he been doing the last couple days. Don't say nothing because you're saying certain things that I'm gonna go back and find it. I promise you I am. You guys may find it before I do. But he y'all heard he say he opened the bathroom door. How did y'all open the bathroom door if it was locked? You didn't mention it the first time. And then the second time, we found out that the doorknob was ripped the fuck off. So if the doorknob's ripped the fuck off, that means you have to break the door down. If it's locked and you rip the doorknob off, you can't turn the door. Unless you stick something in the locking area and try to turn it. A lot of times you're going to break the door down. Yeah, a lot of people said that too. A lot of people said that too. I don't think Tony done it, but I don't think that Leo went on a bench like that. But back to the bruising, because I'm trying to explain this too. Because a lot of people don't understand what happened when the body dies. And somebody that been in the combat zone and seen people on, I'm talking about people that's sitting out that Iraqi guys, the IPs and shit done killed, been out in the sun for days. Nobody touched them like terrorists. Body just blow and just explode. Like straight up spontaneous human combustion shit. I done seen some nasty shit. And look, I will lay low, yes. So when you die like that, after rigor mortis completely set in, and you start to blow and all that, the skin start to change colors. Because the blood, gravity got the blood just down, it's not circulating. That bruising would then become evident. And what happens then, you blow, methane gas, all those gases, you blow, then you start to crack. Your skin start to open up and crack and all that shit start to come out. And that started the decomposition when your body decomposed. That what starts all that. And Leo was getting to that stage. Now, no, Leo's dead, dude. Yeah, Leo's dead. It could be XG. I'm gonna stay on it. You know, guys, my channel's growing. I know a lot of you guys came over from Leo and Longevity. I appreciate it. And so my channel will be going in a different direction since it's growing now. And my original guys that been with me since day one, we talk about anime, fitness, all types of stuff over here. So I won't be standing on big topics like this. And I just want you guys to come by and watch. And if there's anything else you guys want me to look into, let me know. I would damn sure do that and give you guys my honest opinion. That's what we do over here. We shoot the shit over here. And yes, Tony kept talking about the baby mama because Tony said that the baby mama didn't like Leo, but he also states that the baby mama wouldn't do anything. And you just don't know that exactly, Sam. Yeah, you just don't know that. You don't know that. Like, it's hard to pinpoint a person or what a person might do. When a person is trapped in a corner, a person would do any and every fucking thing. You be surprised. That could be true. That's all we do, Shan. We come over here, we shoot the shit. I talk about anime all the way up to politics some damn time, which I'm gonna get on China in a second, guys. I got my opinion about that shit too. But Vince Goodrum, I'm gonna point him out as well. Vince, you're a very smart guy, so I'm not bashing you or nothing. But I know you see the same pictures that I seen, and you're a veteran. Do you honestly think that Leo was dead for 5 hours? I believe that. Yeah, I like that. I believe that Leo was dead for some days, bro. For some days. The body doesn't start changing colors like that until at least after 24 hours of death. If they would have found him within 5 hours, he wouldn't have been that bloated, that he wouldn't have looked like that. There's no way. No, absolutely no fucking way. I know you read the articles, and I think the Thailand police meant to say they found him, 5 hours after the fact. But I believe he's been dead for 3 or 4 days. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Kepler. He could have indeed done that. He could have indeed gotten some psychedelic shit. If what Tony is saying is true, if Leo went on 24-hour sleeps once a week, then how often was he sleeping during the week? And when you start to take away sleep, as someone that's a certified personal trainer, as you guys just see on my last live streams, because I doxed myself since I was doxed, you have to know this stuff. If you don't get sleep, the body starts to do certain things. Hormones start to get unbalanced. Like, it's a lot that goes on with that. I have post-traumatic stress, so they got me on a lot of pills for that. I don't try to take all of them because I'll be dead as a doorknob. But the point is, if you are very bipolar, you're not sleeping, your stress levels is like through the goddamn roof, and you get on something, all it takes is a trigger, and you can lose your shit, and you can do some serious shit to yourself, cut yourself all up, beat yourself up, throw yourself in and off of shit, and then when you die, those bruises become evident because now you ain't got no blood circulating. It affects certain people different, Brownie. It does. You know what? He probably had already been moved that toilet before he died. That could be a bona fide fact that he probably had already been moved that toilet, you know, before he died. Maybe whatever he was trying to look for, if he was indeed looking for something down the toilet, is what set him up to have that manic episode. You know what I mean? Exactly, Kepler. That is true. And that could be a true thing, that he moved the toilet before he died and that he had a episode after the fact. That could have said it. That could have been the trigger. Now that I think about it, that could have been the trigger. That could have been the trigger. That can open the bathroom door. Well, that would explain it, but Tony left that out. That could explain it. But now that I think about it, and see what I'm saying, when you really dive deep into stuff, there's so many different scenarios, and that will make Leo's death so unique. It's sad but unique. He had a drug problem. He dilly-dally in pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. But if he suffered from bipolarity and all that stuff, then there is a chance now that it could make sense. He was going through, cleaning the room up, or looking for something, went to go move the toilet, couldn't get to where we were getting to, spazzed the fuck out, went to beating himself up and throwing the fucking fit. Then when he was going down, having whatever Mario infraction, heart attack, whatever he was having, he could have grabbed the doorknob in a panic, opened the door and broke it and fell down and died right there and been there. That is a highly possible scenario now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, that could have happened. That's the only other reason why I think the toilet was moved. He was looking for something, and that could have been the trigger. Yep, that is true. See, and that's what I'm talking about. So there is a good thing. And I you know what, XG, I'm hearing all of that too. I'm hearing all that too. Lack of sleep. Lack of sleep. When you're not getting enough sleep, it will fuck you up. And then Tony stated that Leo has started a new cycle. He was trying to get back into shape and all that good stuff there. And if you're not eating enough, where my water at? I left my water. If you're not eating enough, sleeping enough, that type of stuff can have an effect. One second, I'm gonna get my water. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Water downstairs. Oh well, must be downstairs. I grabbed this bottle. Must have left my water downstairs. Oh well. Turn the AC on too, because boy, that heater would burn your ass up in here. I give me some water, guys. The heater's on. I got my sweater on, still had to open my sweater up. It was getting hot. Yeah, a lot of people say that Leo was a ticking time bomb. And he looked bigger because when you die, you bloat, right? But he was also on a cycle based on what Tony was saying. And like I say, I understand why Tony's saying what he's saying. He's opening it up, but I wouldn't say too much. He was. He really was. But, you know, that scenario that we just painted, that could have happened. That could have been the trigger, guys. We can't just say somebody came in and killed him. That could have been the trigger. He could have been looking for something and fucking dropped, you know, he could have been looking for stuff, moved the toilet. Maybe the toilet had a leak, but I doubt that. Moved the toilet, trying to find out where we dropped in there. went into a rage, beat himself up, mad the motherfucking world. Oh my God, dropped, on that stuff. Then his heart gave out. He grabbed the doorknob, yanked it down, and died. He died right there in the bathroom. That could be a true situation. That we can't just say that somebody came in, just beat him up and left him there. It's not that he beat himself up, but when you have a bipolar disorder and you're very manic, like sometimes when you beat yourself up, that's you releasing the stress. It's like how people used to nix themselves. Like when I got the military, because I have post-traumatic stress when I was younger, it wasn't suicidal ideation. I would get so mad though because I didn't know what was going on with me mentally at the time that I would take a blade, and I still got some of the marks on my arm. You can't really see them because the camera light is horrible. But I used to take a blade, try to avoid the vein, and I would nick myself just to relieve that tension. I would be so mad. I didn't want to hurt nobody, so I would nick myself because I didn't know what was going on with me mentally, right? Didn't know why I was having nightmares, afraid, and all that shit, right? So him punching himself, if he did that and throwing his body off and stuff, that could be a stress relief to a lot of people. I'm just saying, we just can't say that Tony just did it. We can say somebody came in. We done said that too. Somebody could have came in that maybe Leo asked to come over. Maybe he was trying to get some drugs or whatever he was doing. Tony said they ain't talk all the time, so he really knew what was going on with Leo. Leo have company sometimes. Tony said he didn't know he had company from time to time. Company could have came over. Could have been a little scruffle upstairs. At this time, let's say Tony number's gone. It's verified that him and Connor were going to the shooting range. So let's say the scruffle ensued. If he got into a fight with somebody, that happened. Ended up in the bathroom. Toilet got knocked off the foundation, the mood or whatever, or it could have been already unbolted. The fight ended up in the bathroom. Leo got decked, got knocked out, and on the way down, he grabbed and broke the damn door. Now the dude went between the wedge and got out of there. That could be a scenario too. Like there are multiple scenarios, but I'm anxious to see what the autopsy is going to say. Because if he said that he died of natural causes, then that means my son has autism, and sometimes autistic kids do beat themselves up. Now my son don't do self-harm, but there's some autistic people that do self-harm. Yeah, he was healthy before his death. He was. I believe the autopsy's done, but it could be because it's Thailand that they're taking a long time and they're still investigating. But for some reason, it's been a week. We ain't heard shit. Maybe the family don't want them to have autopsy on them in Thailand. Maybe they want everybody flown back to the States to have a state-released autopsy. Because sometimes they'll do that. They'll do one in one country, and then if it's next of kin want them to be redone here in the States, they'll fly the body back to the States, and then the States will do the autopsy here in America, and then you'll get the America release as well as the Thailand release to see if they coincide with one another. That could be what's going on too. I don't know. The only somebody that claimed that they're talking to somebody in Leo's family right now is John Bravo. That is it. He's the only one with a preliminary autopsy report on his channel that he said he heard about what happened. The way Tony talked about things on his video, he could have been talking about Leo. He could have been talking about somebody else. Tony's very tactical about how he responds to things. Yeah, I remember John Bravo had a falling out with Leo, and but he did say that he took down the video with the falling out with Leo. I remember Leo got mad because Tony was going on a podcast. I can't think of who it was, but he was going on that podcast, and Leo threw a big fit about it, and blah blah blah. Then Tony had roasted him, not Tony. John had roasted Leo, and then all this, but John took the video down. I like John Bravo's content. I'm not getting on John. I don't think John's lying, but we just ain't heard nothing. I've been on Google daily, almost every 2 or 3 hours looking for something because I'm very anxious and want to know what Leo died from. We all do. Like I watch his content. I wasn't too big on the penis shit and how he talked to women. I'm a totally different type of guy. But his content to me was entertaining and funny. Yep. And that can happen, Kepler. You're damn right. That type of stuff can happen. That can happen. The Saudi military, I don't know why he would want to go see the Saudi military to check in. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Yes, I heard he had a lot of demons in his marriage and stuff like that. But like I said, what we don't want to do though is just say that Tony did anything, because I believe he didn't do it. But if I'm a cop, I'm looking at it. A lot of people say that too about RX Muscle. A lot of people saying that. Yes, John is. John is, but like I say, I can't say that John's being vague, because like I said, I watch a lot of John's content. Some of it's very entertaining to me. So I don't think he's being vague, you know. And if he might have good inside details about what's going on, a lot of people have died this year. A lot. Whole lot of YouTubers dying. A lot of them on drugs. A lot of them just ain't healthy. There are a lot of people dying. This is why I always state that health is wealth. And the one of the reasons why I became a personal trainer is because I like helping people, love giving people advice. And so that's why, here after my anniversary this week, I'm going to get into it on my channel with fitness and awareness and stuff like that. So, so I can help people change their lives. A lot of people don't address this. You have to fix this first. This is the number one thing. That's true. That's kind of true, Default Brownie. Yep, Kepler, that's right. That's right. But I tell people, you have to address this first. You have to fix your brain. I love the way CT Fletcher says it. Train your brain. They were very good friends. And yes, that could be true. Me and my other were real close. I'm gonna give you a background story here before I transition to the channel stuff, and then I'm at the end of this stream and get to my anime stream. I'm gonna tell you a little backstory real quick. Me and my aunt were real close, right? She retired military. I only did 5.5 years, and like I say, got out, post max stress, come back, yeah. My aunt did 21 years, retired at E7. Okay. In the military, she ended up having surgery on her back. So my aunt was addicted to pain meds, a lot of pain meds. But we were real good friends, real close friends. I looked at my aunt like she was my sister, like my big sister that I never had, right? When Veterans Day rolled around in 2020 and my aunt didn't post anything on Facebook like she normally does, because that's what we do. We would post stuff on Facebook. Every veteran, that's what we would do. Something was off. And my wife came home and said, babe, you can go check on your aunt. I said, no. And she had just lost her sister a couple of months prior to this from heart issues. Well, 2 days went by. I didn't hear from my aunt, so I decided to go over and check on her. Well, actually, the next day, I went over and checked on her because I had been calling, didn't hear anything. And this was in November. It's cold. My aunt was a little under the weather. She had the heater on. I went in after I notified the cops. Before I went in, I did a wellness check. Cop came, kicked the door in. We went in. I found my aunt deceased on the couch. Been there for 3 days. And I'm not going to describe the scene because it's horrible. But I still, to this day, deal with why me. That was my best friend. If I needed her to watch my kids, she would do it. If I had to go to the VA, if I needed to get away from the house for a couple of hours to kind of unwind, because, I don't have to work. That's why I became a personal trainer, because I'm blessed from my military career and stuff like that, they do take care of me, the military, well, the VA. But on top of that, you can't just sit in the house and let your brain go to waste. So I got into fitness and in health. And my aunt was kind of inspiration for that. And it ate me up, because I felt like if I would have just went over and asked my aunt to come over and hang out more, instead of being depressed, Maybe she'll be here. And so when your mind start to do that type of stuff, you become depressed. And there are days where I think about mom all the time, and I'm just depressed. And mom been dead now going on 3 years. So with Boston Lord dying like that, it could have put, Leo in a very depressing state. Maybe he was thinking about him more than normal, and maybe that could have been a catalyst for a lot of things. But you just don't know. But I know for me, finding my aunt, like that was my best friend, like my big sister I never had. To this day, I still deal with that. And here's a guy that been to combat, watch Battle Buddies, Bite It, all type of shit. And my aunt dying was a big catalyst for me. Like it really hurt me, and still to this day, every now and then I have to go have a shot of alcohol because I think about her, and it eats me up. Maybe if I would have did this, or maybe I would have reached out and did this and did this, or go check on her. And that she was a catalyst to why I got into fitness and became a personal trainer. Which this is my real name for you guys. I was doxxed earlier, so I doxxed myself, but I'm a certified personal trainer right there. And yes, I'm not lying about military records. Right there. That's me. Because I was doxxed by a troll for my opinions earlier, so I decided to go ahead and just dox myself. I guess they thought I was gonna be ashamed, but whatever. But anyway, she was the catalyst. So there's a lot that goes into your mind, when somebody dies. It's a lot that goes into your mind. And I know Leo in Boston was close, based on how he got mad at John and other people about talking about Boston and all that. So that tells you they were close. But we can't sit up and say that he was the catalyst. Him being depressed from that is the reason why Leo's not here anymore. We will never know. A lot of people in the fitness industry, especially the guys that's on the tippy top, is very shady. Like the guys that's on the tip top, like the pinnacle of fitness. Well, I don't think Jeff Cavalier and Jeff Nipper is, but there's a certain Canadian. How dare you talk about my cookbook? How dare you? Yeah, there's a couple people out there now that's a little bit fucking shady. How you doing, Greg? Say my name, bitch. I love you, Greg. Your biggest mosquito. Yes, schizophrenia is a big thing. I had a cousin that had schizophrenia. She died in 2021, but she will flip the fuck out. COVID took her out, but she will go off. Like 1 minute she's calm, and then boom, she will go the fuck off. Joe Biden knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know how rich Piana was, but that is true. A lot of people make good money in the fitness industry because of their products and stuff like that. And it was besides me really wanting to help people, it was another reason why I got into it. But I get more luxury out of people telling me, hey man, you really changed my life, and it didn't cost me that much money. Write you a custom program and send to you for $5. Well, yeah, give me $5. I'm blessed. I got a house. I'm not getting into this game to try to make $1 million and rob people. Yes, and that's another thing. So a lot of people got mad with me over the Greg Doucette video. Greg dropped a video after Leo in longevity about Scott Murray, who died, and everybody thinks Greg had something to do with it because Scott Murray was a big Greg Doucette fan. But the way Greg did it, he did it in a way to make you want to watch because you think that he has something to do with Leo's death. Like, it was very fucking shady. Yes, they got no morals. Like, Greg Doucette just took Jeff Nipper's video because Jeff Nipper pretty much just destroyed the cookbook method and all the sup methods. Yeah. Yeah, everybody trying to say Greg did, but Greg didn't force Scott Murray to take all that shit. It was just bad time for Greg to upload that video. Durian Ryder was roasting Greg, and Greg waited to respond to a month video. But hey, I lost a lot of weight, and I never went on a cookbook. I take pre-workout from time to time, but I drink coffee. You know, it's basic things you do to get in shape. Like one guy gave me some good criticism about hip hinging and doing barbell rows. My back was tight, so I didn't get down low enough. But when you guys see something that can help me improve my technique, tell me. I'm all about adapting because I help people. That's my job. I help people train. If somebody say, hey, try to get a degree lower and really think about squeezing and pulling that muscle, I can pass that knowledge along to my clients. So everybody should focus on trying to help everybody instead of downing everybody. And that's what Greg and everybody else does in the fitness industry for the most part. Not everybody, but Greg wants his shit to be like the top shit. And that ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But the fitness industry is one of those industries where you can get steroids from. If you know people, drugs, all you got to do is just know people up on the top. And man, you can have anything you fucking want. So, you know, the RX guys and all that, and the Greg Deuce sets of the world, and yeah, it's possible. It's very fucking possible. But once again, I'm not going to sit up here and say that somebody killed Leo. Maybe Nick Trigili's right. Maybe Nick stated that he was doing a lot of shit. Now, Tony backed it up and said he was on a new cycle. So maybe Nick Trigili was right from the get-go. Maybe he was. And if I'm wrong about it, I'll be the first one to say, Nick, I was wrong for assuming that you know, because Nick said originally that he believed that Leo OD'd and spacked the fuck out. That's what he said. If Nick's right, hey, I was wrong. I shouldn't have made a video about you, criticizing you. I'm wrong. I can come on camera and say that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But however, I'm not going to sit up here and say that he was on drugs. Yeah, the steroid plugs, yes. And you know what? I love when people give me advice. Good criticism advice. Not that I'm roasting your ass advice. Good criticism advice. I love. Because as a YouTuber, that makes my channel go. And I'm going to tell you guys right now. I will go wait until I hit 1,000 subs. But I'm going to tell you guys right now. Whenever I get monetized, I want you guys to hear this. Because it's the viewers and the subs that come and watch the channel. Now, I don't need money. I'm good. But if I ever get monetized, every live stream, whenever YouTube checks start coming, I'm going to give some of my money back to you guys for just supporting the channel. I'm going to keep that under wraps, but since trolls think I'm just bombing for money, might not share with the guys that made me hit the 1,000 sub count. Yes, exactly, Kepler. That's exactly right. Hey, what's up, C? He could have suffered from a meth-induced psychosis. Yes, he could. And that could be from the amount of time that he was laying in the bathroom. That could be from that. But I don't think Sham said, hey, I know you don't, but you know I like giving back. But I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say as of right now, I'm believing that Leo died natural causes, and maybe it got something to do with that toilet. Maybe he dropped something in that toilet and set him off. And he went to a frenzy and just done it. Had a heart attack. When you schizophrenia like that and all that, you be surprised what the body will do. You see, that's what I'm saying. Tony says things and then says things that contradict what he said. So that's what I'm getting at. That's why I'm saying Tony should have just been quiet the whole time. Hold on, y'all going too fast. Let me see. It could be a financial thing. Oh, yeah, I know Nick Trigili is. I know that's why his channel is called Bodybuilding and Bullshit. I can kind of tell. Like he's already assumed that Larry Wills is back on, is taking more than TRT. I appreciate it. Yeah, like everybody assuming Larry Will's back on the sauce. I don't know, man. Maybe Larry's just strong. I'm gonna do a video about that too. Could be. Renard, that could be true. I heard that. See, I heard that. How dare you compare me to Nick Trigilli? How dare you? God, I love you, Greg. I'm your biggest mosquito, man. But good God. God. Buy my freaking cookbook. Hey, I got a question, Greg. If you ever see this, since Jeff Nipper just basically demolished your whole cookbook theory, even though it even wasn't about you, how does it feel to try to push your cookbook and your subs on Jeff Nipper's video when Jeff is clearly in damn good shape without steroids and without taking a boatload of subs? I mean, for crying out loud, I used to be a fat obese fuck, and I lost weight, and it wasn't from no freaking goddamn cookbook. It wasn't from no cookbook. Let me see if I can find a before and after picture. Let me see. Let me find one. It may not be in this phone. It might be. Yeah, it's in my other phone. Oh, well. Yeah, I got it on my channel. But how does it feel, Greg? Buy my Geo Max 2 subs. I wouldn't take that pre-workout if it was the last thing on earth. I'd go drink me some black coffee, man. I don't know why he was talking about the damaged SD card, but yeah, I agree. That could be. There are a lot of people that is throwing out some wild speculation. Like, we'll come up with some theories and we're speculating, right? But I like I say, me being me, I believe Tony's innocent. It's like you're trying to solve. This is a murder mystery because everybody really want to know. Yes, that's what I'm saying. When you are schizophrenic and you have a bipolar issue, and then you're on a lot of goddamn shit based on Tony who's back on the sauce. If something set him off, his heart could have very well gave off. It could have got to a point to where he was just spazzing all over the motherfucking place and then come look up. And that was playing him going down behind the door, grabbing the doorknob, breaking it off. But see, that's why Tony should just be quiet, not say anything, and just wait till the autopsy come out. Then he could explain his side of the story after the fact. Because every time he talks, he'll say something 1 minute, and then the next minute is something else contradicting what he said. So that's why people are like, okay, Tony, you just said this, like Leo never leaves the house, but then on the weekends he's always girlfriend. Or you don't talk to Leo all the time, but you know how Leo is. Like, when you say things like that, they're contradicting themselves. They're two different fucking, like they're two different things. Exactly. A couple of more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna talk about China real quick. Now I have to get to my other live stream, and I got to end it for the day because I got some stuff planned for Sunday with the family. But any more questions you guys might want to ask me about what I think overall about this whole Leo and longevity issue before I transition to China, because I know a lot of you guys probably want to hear my opinion too about China and America right now. What could be the precursor to World War III? And for someone that actually used to work for Uncle Sam, I can tell you right now, shit getting a little bit dicey. What the fuck is this? Oh, phone getting hot? Whatever, it'll be. Yep, I believe that. What were you curious about, C? Yeah, I seen that too. And like I say, I'm gonna say it again. I believe Tony's innocent. I'm just going. I'm putting myself as a private investigator, so I'm playing devil's advocate. I believe Tony didn't do anything. Him just saying a lot of stuff, and then if I'm a private investigator, I'm taking everything, I'm knowing everything. I'm watching all the videos, right? I'm looking at the whole room, the whole everything. So that's how I'm coming up with all these conclusions and different scenarios. Yep. If you're sleeping by the toilet and puking, that's usually from withdrawal. Yep. I heard all that too. I heard all that too. And that's why I love you guys are coming into the stream and you guys are giving very good, insightful stuff. I heard he was on a lot of drugs, 20 different drugs. That's a lot for your heart, your liver, and your kidney. That is a lot for the brain. Like that's a fucking lot. A whole lot. Yeah, the official toxicology report, because that takes a while. They usually have to send it to different labs. That's going to probably take up to a year. You're completely correct, the Dirty Pox. But the preliminary one, the cause of death, that should be out. If not already, I should be out. It does increase the risk of a very bad seizure. Nervous system get all fucked up. I appreciate you, man. You too, Rectum. Be careful. I couldn't tell if his knuckles were messed up, but there's a chance if you were punching on something, the door or the toilet, there's a chance. There is a chance. Well, while you guys are talking in this session about Leo still, I'm going to transition to China, but I will be keeping my eye on the stream, on the chat, and trying to answer your questions as I talk about China and America, which won't take me that long. Now, if you lived under a rock the last week, we had a goddamn spy balloon that came out of Alaska, through Canada, through Montana, and off the East Coast, and was shot down over Myrtle Beach yesterday. Now, yeah, the spy balloon. Now, my cousin, who's stationed at Fort Bragg, happened to be in Myrtle Beach and put the footage on Facebook, and I was like, holy shit, right? Now, China claimed it was a weather balloon and nothing more. How fucking stupid do you think we is, China? Now, Intel has been telling the Pentagon that China plans to invade America or go to war with America in a couple of years. And it stems from the shit in Taiwan. Now, you guys remember when Nancy Pelosi now went over to Taiwan? I think it was early last year after China begged them not to go to Taiwan because it has nothing to do with America. Stay out of Taiwan. This is between China and Taiwan. And China told us there might be some repercussions. Now, the reason why this is very important is simple. We all know that Putin is in cahoots with China. And we all know that Putin don't like America. And we also know that Putin is mad that America is assisting Ukraine. Now, why is all this relevant to what could happen in a couple of years? I'll tell you. There's a reason why there was a spy balloon flying over America and one over South America, Latin America. There's a reason. We have the technology to jam certain things, which I believe we did. We jammed certain things. But there's a particular reason why that balloon hovered out of Alaska, through Canada, came through, I think with Manitoba, came through that area, and came over Montana. And hovered in Montana for a while. Anyone that knows about the military knows what's up in Montana. It's the reason why they call it the Big Sky Country. We do a lot of testing out there in Montana. A lot of big things going in Montana. Okay. Now, if this was a weather balloon, no, I'm gonna get to that in a second, Dirty Pox. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why that would have been critical. That balloon hovered over Montana for a particular reason. If we would have shot that balloon down out of the air over Montana, and didn't have no fighter jets going to it, but just shot it out the air, we would have gave China very crucial intel on where we keep our silos for missiles at. I got a booger in my nose. That's just the way the camera look at my nose a little itchy. Hair growing back. Ah, sorry guys. I'm trying to get my nose itchy. But if we would have pulled the trigger too quick, China could have got intel. Oh, I do got a booger in my nose. Damn. China could have got intel on what could have happened. So once they realized that, okay, we ain't gonna pull the trigger in Montana, we just gonna go on down through Missouri and come on down around Fort Bragg, and they was trying to get intel. Okay, now America is weak right now. Exactly, Renard. Exactly. Now, we're weak right now. And you might be asking Savar, why is that? I'll tell you why. We got troops over in the UK. A lot of them, actually. Over in Poland and shit, right? We're going through inflation, and we're giving Ukraine a lot of our money. And no offense to Ukraine, but we don't help them enough. I'm sorry. We done did them enough. We got babies that couldn't even eat baby formulas on the shelves this time last year. But we're giving Ukraine billions of fucking dollars. Instead of taking that money and putting it back in our military, strengthening our military and doing things, okay? We're giving them weapons and all of that. So China picked the most strategic moment to all of a sudden, because we all got air balloons and shit that fly way up in our space, taking pictures of the whole globe. That's what we do. China, Russia, we all do. So this ain't nothing uncommon. But all of a sudden, one got 60,000 feet in the air, flying over our shit. Because we're vulnerable right now. Vulnerable. Exactly. We can't even strengthen our country, but we'll give Ukraine a country that we informed that Russia was going to invade you, join NATO. So we'll give them billions and billions and billions. And then, yes, we're taking it on the chin. Higher gas, higher foods, higher everything. Now, I voted for Joe Biden. But I don't pledge allegiance to the Republican Party or the Democrat Party. I'm more like an independent. I put people in office who I think is gonna do the fucking job, right? If I get too involved with particular parties and stuff like that, I appreciate it, Dirty Pox, then I will be lying to myself. Joe Biden is too nice. That's one. Number two, I wouldn't want to go to war with China right now. Now, we shot down their shit over off of Myrtle Beach. China's pissed off. And as far as that balloon down there in Latin America, we have no idea where that's going, but I guess Brazil and them going to shoot that motherfucker down. They ain't already done it. If we go to war with China, it's going to be war, people. And this really stems from the provocation of going to Taiwan last year. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. Thank you, Joe Biden. How are we going to try to fight a war with China and we're supporting fucking goddamn Ukraine and giving them all our assets and our military power just stretched all over them? How are we going to go to war with them? No update yet. We just got done talking about that like 3 minutes ago. You know what I think Brazil is? But like I say, there's a lot of countries, though, that's loyal to America because we give so many countries so much money and a lot of resources. So if we do go to war with China, I don't think that it's going to be a one-sided war where we'll lose and Russia and China will take over. What I think is going to happen is we'll go to war with them. A lot of our allies will get into the fight with us, and we should win, but it's going to come out a heavy cost to the whole world as we know it, a very heavy cost. And there's no winners in war. The reason why you go to war because both sides are trying to prove that their decisions is just. That's how war is. When you can't agree, both sides view that their position on things is justice. I ain't gonna say China started nothing. See, the problem with us as America, that's why I believe, Giovanni. The problem with us as America, Hey, that's where I got that from. But yes, that's also a Bleach reference. Yes, you must have seen the English dub too, but that is a Bleach reference. Yeah, the sea was telling the Soul Reapers that, but that statement been around for years. That just as war breaks out, and I've been to war. That's what I heard that years ago, but when I heard it in Bleach, that is a true statement. War always happens when you're trying to prove that your side is right and their side is wrong. So both sides is fighting to try to prove that their side is just. That's how war is. That's why there's no winners in war. There's no winners in war. In America, we're bullies. I'm just gonna call it, look. Joe Biden is the gang leader. Hey, Petraeus, whoever Jared Mallett. Hey, or it's the Pentagon. Send them bitches over there. Let's fry them. What do you think the military is? We gang members, man. We go over. We all in the same uniform. We tear shit up. We tear shit up. Fucks it up. That's what it is, right? We're the worker ants. We gonna defend and fuck shit up. Something like that. It's a little bit more, something like that. But the problem with that is, though, we're trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho all the time. We can't even save our own country. We're bullies. Now, I love serving my country, but we're bullies. That's what we do. Hey, man, we don't go nuke these motherfuckers. Why? Oh, well, because they're fucking with this country over here. I don't like it. Fuck them. Let's go nuke them. That's what we'll do. I'm not making no excuses. We are bullies, man. We're bullies. I love my country. I was proud to serve in my country. But guess what? We're bullies. Oh, America can do some serious shit. Let me tell you something. We got some weapons in the government that if Biden give the order, we'll rearrange some whole country. They look like parking lots, man. But China got some shit too. China got some shit there. If it reach out and touch you, it can do some serious shit too. And that's why we don't need to go to war. But history always repeats itself. Yes, we are hurting. As far as the border thing goes, me being from Texas, I feel for Mexicans coming out of Mexico, but my advice is do it the legal way. Just do it the legal way. Do it the legal way. You want to come to America, do it the legal way. That's my big take on that. My time in Iraq wasn't all bad. It was good. Hot, very hot during the summer, and marginal in the fall, and the people there was nice for the most part. The culture wasn't that bad. You just had your terrorist cells over there. I learned the language, chai and tea. What chai means tea, and I learned some of the cultures, how they pray, what they believe in, and that helped benefit us as soldiers. So when we, got around certain individuals, we knew the culture, so we wouldn't be on edge all the time. But we was in another person's country, and we were always asked, why are we here? And, you felt uncomfortable, but for the most part, you were just doing your job. We were trying to free the people from Saddam Hussein and Gil Summers of the world. And we made some of an impact, but it's a very poor country, but that country had a lot of life. And I hate that it's going back to where it used to be after we left. But, they got to fend for themselves. Oh yeah, in Vietnam. Oh yes, sir. Yes, and yes, Giovanni. We got some weapons. No, we got some weapons. Let me tell you something. These little small ass countries. Let me tell you something. We got some missiles and some nukes. Little small ass countries. They look like parking lots when we get done with them. Are you kidding me? Yeah, shit. I tell you what. I'm married to a Japanese. Just go back and look at history. Hiroshima, that ring the bell. The atomic bomb ring the bell. We got some shit. I'm telling you. If Biden decides to say, hey, fuck Russia, I want to level this part of Russia, level this motherfucker. We got some shit that'll reach out and touch. And like I say, even Russia's the third most powerful country. They got some shit too. But when it comes to America's military, we're bar none the best. But that don't mean that we can't be defeated. Because it all comes down to proper planning, whoever in charge of their military personnel, all the generals, and proper planning. That's how you win wars. We can have the best weapons in the world, but if our command and the strategic plan and the SOPs is wrong, then we're gonna lose. That is a possibility, and that could happen if we go to war in a couple years. That could happen. And I agree, cease and desist. I agree. I'm from Brenham, Texas, Jamie King. I'm from Brenham. I know all about Houston. I'm from Brenham. I live in Atlanta now, but I was born and raised right up the road in Washington County, Brenham, Texas. Hey, that's good shit, Jamie. That's real good shit. Yeah, I used to do a lot of shit around there, around Pasadena and Texas City and shit. Alvin down there on 35 down there, yeah. When I lived in Texas, I went to Mexico a couple times, down there around Brownville, Mount Morris, over there, Juarez, and El Paso, and then, I would travel to California from time to time, go to Tijuana. But I haven't been to Mexico now. It's been about 10 years. About 10 years. But that's my take on China. I believe we shot the balloon down. They're mad. Now they're gonna get it back in pieces, but they're gonna get it back. And then it's gonna be, oh well, they shot down our weather balloon for no reason and blah blah blah. And then China's gonna get mad and go on a motherfucking tirade. And there's gonna be some more cyber bullying and shit going on there. Next thing you know, something's gonna happen, and we might be going to war. My advice is, if you never shot a gun before, go learn how to shoot a gun, learn how to survive without easy access to things, learn how to build a campfire, learn how to do some tents, make some trenches in your yard. Might want to learn that shit. I never had a problem in Mexico. I never. All the Mexicans that I met were very nice. We fly balloons over countries all the time. It's up in outer space. Exactly. They're in the fish. They're just in outer space, right? Not down at 60,000 feet altitude in the stratosphere where you can see the whole landscape. That's the problem. But we fly shit around the world all the time, from the ISS, the International Space Station and stuff. We fly all around the country all the time. Exactly. Better learn CPR, AED, all that. Combat lifesavers. You better know how to tie a tourniquet, because believe you me, if y'all do invade America, it's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be a lot of people dying. And I hope it don't get to that point. I hope that it's 150 years from now and I'm dead and fucking gone. I'm getting ready to do my garden this spring. Me and my wife, we always do a garden in the backyard every spring. Because you never know. And that's the hope, Kepler, that we don't, because if we do, it's going to change the landscape as we know it. Because it's going to probably be a nuclear warfare. And that's the problem, cease and desist. That's the problem. A lot of people don't forgot how to garden. My neighbors, when they had kids, when they lived across me, they moved now. I'm outside hedging my yard, right? Little kid come over. Sir, why are you killing your bushes? I'm hedging my garden. Like, he didn't even know what the fuck hedging was. That's just how lost and touched kids are with gardening nowadays. Nope. That ain't what happened. Hell no, that ain't what happened. China purposely did that shit. Purposely shot that balloon down altitude to see how we were going to respond. I'm telling you what that. China was smart, man. They see, had it been Donald Trump, he would have shot it down without thinking. And then they're looking and seeing what's going on. Oh, that's how they shot us down. Oh, they got a missile silo right here. Oh, that's the first place we're going to fucking nuke, right there. And, we jammed the imagery from what we were being told. So as they were flying through those states, mainly near military bases and shit like that. Yo, what's up, Dante? Mainly trying to get intel on the military bases. We jammed their shit so they couldn't take no more pictures. But had we shot that bitch out of the air without thinking, oh, they would have got all the information. Oh, that rocket came from here, 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 here. Do I think there's UFOs in the world? It's hit or miss. Hit or miss. I mean, I know all about Marfa, Texas and stuff like that, being from Texas, but to me, it's hit and miss. Yeah, the damage are a little bit nice. And like I say, I voted for Joe Biden. Them. I voted for a couple Republicans, not on the president level just yet, but you know, on the state level, I have voted for a couple Republicans because they were doing their fucking jobs. You know, but the Democrats so far been a little bit too nice with Ukraine and shit. I'm telling you, man, America, yeah, we're doing good, but it's still horrible, man. I mean, goddamn, man, gas is $4 a gallon. I have a supercharged 5.0 that I'm working on, right? Got more parts going on real soon, and I can only put 93 in that motherfucker. If I do 891, I gotta use octane booster and shit. I plan on taking a trip to the UK and shit again real soon. Well, they're working on a recovery. It's going to Quantico. I have an uncle that's an FBI agent, so I know he'll be there doing some good shit. But it's going to Quantico, and hopefully from there we'll kind of have a better explanation of what's going on. Exactly. Well, guys, look, I gotta get to my anime geeks. I gotta do an anime stream. We're gonna go over Geekdom's video about is Dragon Ball Super, the manga's failing and stuff like that. I'm glad you guys came out. If I hear anything about Leo and longevity, of course, I'll be posting a video about it. And like I say, any other interesting topics that I think you guys are going to like for me to discuss, I'll be doing it. Thank you guys for subbing. This is how I am on and off camera. So I want you guys to come over here, relax, and just have fun over here, man. Feel free to open your mouths in the chat and talk, and I'll try to answer you guys' questions. So with that being said, let me end this stream. I got to get to my last stream because I got time to do with the family and things like that. And see you guys in about 5 minutes. Peace.